Here's trainer John Bax heading into the 2022 Breeders' Crown. And John, you send Righteous Resolve into the Breeders' Crown final for 2-year-old trotting fillies on Friday at Woodbine Mohawk Park. Before we talk about her specifically, I'd like you to address the success of your stable this season. You're on the cusp of your best year for earnings. How rewarding is it for you to go to work every day with your son and see the stable essentially reach these new heights?
Well, it makes it worthwhile getting up in the morning, and makes it just that much more special. And I also, I gotta give kudos to my daughter. She's an osteopath, and she works on the horses. After 9 years of schooling, I'm happy for her to to help out. So it's a family affair, and it makes it very special.
So one of the brightest stars of the Bax outfit this year has clearly been Righteous Resolve. 8 for 9, a winner this year, winner of the Peaceful Way, winner of the Ontario Sire Stakes Super Final. And at this point, I don't think I'm being presumptuous by calling her a shoo-in for the O'Brien Award, something her full brother, Duly Resolved, captured last year. Clearly, that's a great cross, but it also takes a great trainer to bring out that talent in those two horses. How similar were those two to develop?
Not very similar at all, actually. Dooley was trained down in the Great White North, and I took Righteous Resolve to Florida with me. So, and Matt touted Dooley right from the get-go, and we were always kind of half joking. It was either Dooley was real good or all the other ones were no good, and likely turned out to be he was real good and the other ones were no good. But for Righteous Resolve, I took her to Florida, and really showed me nothing. Just the horse went around, did a thing, and so she, I wasn't that high on her. And I had actually told the owners, I said, there's no chance that mare could have 3 in a row, good ones, because she had a Cadabra that we trained, made 300, and then Dooley come along. And so when I left Florida with her, I was thinking, she isn't that special. She might fall around in the golds, but nothing special. And it was about a month after she was home, the switch turned, and away she went.
Right on. So at what point did you think you had a Grand Circuit contender on your hands with her? And was that earlier or later than you would have said the same thing about Duly Resolved?
Yeah, I think with Dooley we knew it right away. Or and like I say, Matt was pretty sure he was special. With Righteous Resolve, you know what? She never really was. She never showed a whole lot, but her first lifetime start, she come home in 27-1, and Paul win with her from an impossible position, and I said, "Wow, where'd that come from?"
Is it too early to compare her to the likes of a couple of your other O'Brien Award winners, Riveting Rosie and Stubborn Belle, at this point?
We could talk in the same conversation, but similar in a lot of ways. All three of them were big, strong, kind of masculine fillies. So in that respect, there's a lot of similarities.
What is it that makes her such a solid competitor? What is it? What is their best attribute, her biggest asset?
Nothing to do with the trainer. She just got that will to win. Like, she's got that fight in her, the desire. What my father used to call it the golden wire in them, and whatever that is, she's got it.
Now, you and I had talked a couple of months ago now about her being on the bubble for a spot in the Mohawk Million, and you skipped that race, obviously. You took the bye with her last week and removed the opportunity to draw for an inside post this Friday. Talk about the load management here with her heading into the Breeders' Crown, and why was the Breeders' Crown the preferred target for her and for the connections, what you decided for her, as opposed to the Mohawk Million?
Well, the owners are from Michigan. They're, I think 2 out of 3 are 80 plus. Are doing it because they enjoy the game, and I think in their minds the Breeders' Crown was the be-all end-all, and so really, Matt and I were fine with that. I mean, it was their horse, their decision, and I'm hoping that it bears out that it was the right decision. But either way, they wanted to look after her, and I'm all for that.
From the eliminations, did any of the fillies you're racing against on Friday surprise you or raise an eyebrow with their efforts?
Well, El Lipfeld's filly that Aki Swanstead has, I mean, she looked pretty impressive. I think she's a standout, and she'll be the favorite going into the race, and deserves it. So, that was the one that caught my eye.
Post 7 in the final, and that's actually the worst draw she's had all year. How much of a concern is it to you and to Paul McDonnell, the driver, that most of her main competitors are to her inside? And how is she looking coming into Friday?
Well, I'm good with the post. She's pretty versatile. She can leave. She can sit back. I mean, most of the time, Paul will let everybody get settled away, and then he can go to the front with her. And he does what he does. And we took the week off. We didn't go to the elimination, and we were good with that because it gives her 2 weeks. So there's lots of sickness around, and you want to be careful. And I think it all sets up for her, and we're happy the way she's coming into it.
Is this the last scheduled start for her this year?
Yes, it is.
And aside from the Breeders' Crown for 2-year-old filly trotters, which of the championship races are you most looking forward to watching as a fan this coming weekend?
I think the Open Trot piques my interest. There's a lot of great older horses. I always enjoy seeing that. Obviously I'm a trot man, so 3-year-old colt trot will be interesting. But they'll all be nice. They're great horses, and the top drivers are here, and so it should be a great weekend.
Well, John, I hope it's a great weekend for you and your connections. Thanks for your time. Congratulations on the success you guys have had so far this year, and best of luck this weekend.
All right, thanks, Jeff.